Hey guys, so if you're planning to buy a property at the Spanish L Seclusions, then this video is a must watch. Today I'm gonna break down the documents that you need in order to get started to purchase a property here at the Spanish L Seclusions, such as the purchase agreement, the restrictive covenants, and also the know your client form, and also some important clauses that you got to know about. And apart from that, some of the payment options that we have in place for those of you guys who are in Belize and in the US or Canada. Hopefully this video will remove any surprises that you have and of course help you to buy it with confidence. So let's jump into the details right now. But before we do, feel free to like and subscribe, support the channel so that you stay up to date on all future real estate deals. So first of all, let's talk about the purchase agreement. What are the 3 things that you need in order to buy a property? Now, let's say you're interested in buying a property right now. You need a copy of your ID, such as a passport or a social security card, a proof of address, and of course, an email address. Now, with these 3 things, we can go ahead and formulate the purchase agreement. And most of the time, we usually send our agreements electronically so you guys can sign electronically. But of course, if you guys prefer to sign wet signature style, then of course, we can do that as well. But for convenience, we usually use the e-signatures. Now, apart from the purchase agreement, there are 2 other documents that we need to cover, which is the restrictive covenants and of course the know your client form. Well, the restrictive covenants is pretty basic. If you guys are interested in that, let me know and I can send you a full copy of it. And the second one that we need to talk about is the know your client form. Now, the know your client form is a due diligence form. It's pretty basic, but it is very important. Here in Belize, we do not tolerate money laundering. So every client that we work with, we have to make sure that we have them fill out a know your client form. And also this document is important for us whenever the time comes to transfer the property into your name. Here in Belize, with Remax Dorado, we tend to do things the right way. And that's why we always ask our clients to fill this out. So this is pretty basic. It will include basic information, where you work, how long you've been working, and of course, what's the reason you're investing here in Belize. But it's nothing too complicated, right guys? Now let's jump into 2 important clauses that you're gonna come across whenever reviewing the purchase agreement. One of them is stamp duty and closing fees, and the other is stamp duty assessment. So guys, as you know, here in Belize, as a purchaser, you have to cover what we call the government stamp duty. Now, I won't go into detail about the stamp duty here in Belize because it's something that you can find online. But in short, if you're buying a property that costs 25,000 Belize dollars, you deduct 20,000 Belize dollars from that price, and the balance you times by either 5% or 8%. 5% if you're a local like myself, 8% if you're a foreigner. And this figure that you're gonna get is what you're gonna pay to the government, right? You're gonna pay that to the government. So in my case, if I were to buy this property, my government stamp duty amount would be $250. So the government stamp duty, let's use an example of you buying a vehicle. You have to pay for the vehicle, which is separate, and you also have to go buy insurance, you have to pay to register the vehicle, and that fee is separate from what you actually paid for the vehicle, right? So again, the stamp duty is something that you as a purchaser must cover. But of course, it's a small fee, so it shouldn't be anything too crazy for you guys. And also, if you're doing a payment plan, then that amount is something that you don't have to worry about any at all until the end of the payment plan when you're ready to transfer, right? So for now, if you're doing a payment plan, it's just the $5,000 down and $500 a month. Period, nothing else. Now, secondly, the stamp duty reassessment, and this is something that is super important. And that's because there's a small chance that the government can sometimes come in and reassess the value of the property. The reason the government does this is because there are people who sometimes try to cheat the system in order to avoid paying too much taxes. So there are people who buy a property for 100,000 Belize dollars, but they say they paid only $20,000 for it. And that's why the government has to come in and see if they actually paid more and if the stamp duty is actually worth more. So that is usually the only time the government would intervene. But in this case, there's a small percent chance that that will ever happen. I've been working in real estate for about two years now, more than 2 years, and I have never experienced the government reassessing one of the properties that I've sold. And these properties right here are on par with the market value, so there's nothing that you guys need to worry about right now. But of course, I just wanted to bring this up to your attention because it is something that can happen. And of course, if you ask any other real estate company, when they do their agreements, they're gonna include this within their contracts. So now that we covered all of that, let's talk about some of the ways you can go ahead and pay if you're doing the payment plan. Now, if you're here in Belize, we have the Belize Bank that we use in order to put your 5,000 Belize dollars down, and also the monthly installments. We prefer you guys to pay online because it's much easier to track, and of course we have our accountants that usually monitor payments to our accounts. And for those of you guys who are in the US, the Canada, then don't worry, we have a Chase account, and we also have Zelle. So if you guys want to pay a larger amount, then you can go ahead and transfer to the Chase bank account. And if you guys want to pay an easy way to pay the monthly payments, you can also use the Zelle account over there. So we have everything pretty much set up for you guys. And of course, like I said, we have our in-house accountants that will be there to monitor your payments, remind you about your payment dates and how much you have left, and all of these wonderful things to make you more secure and with a better peace of mind. So there you have it, guys. That is it for this video. And remember, we only have about 10 lots left included in this early bird promotion. Once we sell these 20 lots, trust me, once we sell these 20 lots and we put in light, we put in water, we upgrade the roads, trust me, the prices of the lots that we're going to sell afterwards are going to be way higher. We haven't finalized the price yet, but trust me, it's going to be much higher. So for those of you guys who are able to take advantage of the early bird promotion now, you guys really got away with an amazing opportunity. So remember, 10 lots left. Don't miss out. And if you guys have any questions, any more questions regarding this investment, feel free to send me an email at kenny@remax-dorado.com, or you can send me a WhatsApp at +501 611 5238. And yeah, that's it, guys. See you in another video. Thanks for watching. Remember to hit the like and subscribe button. Bye.